Good afternoon, everybody. Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat, guys. Dito na naman tayo sa geopram channel, live via YouTube. Isang oras na kwentuhan, mga kapatid, sa araw ng Lunes. It's 3:55 p.m. Arizona time. Magandang hapon, Nini Insect. Hello. Kumusta na? Kumusta ang buhay-buhay dyan? Kumusta kayong lahat, mga kapatid? Salamat sa pagpunta nyo. Sige lang guys, Rachel Vlogs, thumbs up dan host. Morning po, magandang hapon sa iyo. Sa Arizona, tayo ngayon. Sige lang. Tamsak lang guys. Isang oras lang na kwentuhan tayo ngayon, isang oras lang. Sige lang, Rachel, kumusta ka na? Kumusta na, Nene Ensik? Kumusta kayong lahat? Okay naman host, tambay lang po saglit, papasok na sa okay, sige lang, salamat sa iyo. Sige lang, salamat. Sabay lang ko dito. Tinatamad na nga ako mag-ilis eh. Nakakainis. Nakakainis hindi. Joke lang. Pero lang, tinatamad na ako. Host, tanong ko lang, noon namuni kayo, mga ilang weeks niyo bago natanggap ang PIN? 3 weeks sa akin. Ewan ko, kasi nasaan ka ba ngayon, Rizel? Kasi pag sa US daw, mas madali ata. Pero pagdating sa ibang bansa, medyo mas matagal. Mga iba 2 months, hindi pa rin tatanggap eh. Lalo na sa Pilipinas, hindi matagal bago dumating yung PIN. So, yun. Yung sinasabi eh, yung pag sa Pilipinas daw, medyo matagal bago dumating. So, tignan natin. Japan. Yeah, siguro mga ganoon din. Outside the US siguro mas matagal. Pero tignan natin mamaya. Baka sakaling mas mabilis diyan sa inyo. Yung Pilipinas sabi nila 2 months. Mabagal daw doon. Ewan ko diyan sa sa Japan. Sa akin 3 weeks eh bago matanggap yung PIN. Oh, tinatamad na ako. Totoo lang. Tapos pag may revenue ka, babawasan pa ng napakalaki. Biro mo nabawasan ako ng $30 one time. Nakakatamad. Pinaghirap mo, pinagpuyatan mo lahat. Babawasan ka ng $30. Kaya pag palaro-laro lang, siguro 30 minutes lang to, okay na. Pag wala kang ma-upload na video, kung meron kang time 15 minutes, 30 minutes mag-release, katama na yun. At least mayroon kang activity, di ba? Mahirap naman yung walang activity kasi. Kaya at least, bigyan natin ng activity. Para hindi tayo ma-closure. Hindi masara yung channel natin. Pinaghirapan din natin to eh. Upload lang kung meron tayong ma-upload na video dito ron, baka mag-viral pa tayo. Karamihan ng iba nabawasan nga raw po. Oo, nabawasan ako ng laki. Pero $30 isang araw. Pinagkirap mo ng ilang araw yun tapos mabawas lang ng ano. Kakatamad. Tapos nung nakarang araw, nabawasan naman ng $3. Bali, i-play kita mamaya. Hindi kayo mamaya pala. Lahat kayo. Hirap nga eh. So, sa video ng video, kahit na walang mga iba, hindi naman, mga nagbabiral na video, wala namang quality eh. Basta kung nagustuhan lang ng mga viewers, babiral yung video. Pero pag kahit maganda yung video mo, magandang quality, kung hindi naman interesting, Kaya ako kahit ina-upload ko basta mayroon lang activity. Twice a week, minsan once a week lang. Basta mayroon lang activity yung channel, hindi mawala. Tapos LS paminsan-minsan, 3 times a week. Tama na yun. Huwag natin gawing job ito kasi mahirap. Kung mayroon kang viral na video, oo, natin kasi kung bibili ka pa ng mga gamit mo, mga quality na camera, tapos bili ka ng laptop mo, eh, malaking bagay din yun. Tapos ang revenue, bubawasan ka. Nakakatamad na. Mas maganda pa nga nung hindi pa muna eh. Medyo interesting eh. Pero ngayon nakakatamad. Diba? Gawin lang natin yung mga gawa natin para hindi tayo ma-closure. Oh, tama siguro 30 minutes ako. Pag umalis na kayo, mag-close na ako. At least meron akong LS. May record na nag-release ako, di ba? Gumagawa ako ng video ngayon eh, tinatamad ako. Wala akong masabi. Pero kainin to ko lang. Oo kasi biro mo, mabawasan ka ng $30. Oo, wala na. Kasi kapag na-monetize na yung isang channel, wala na rin, hindi na rin mag-attend. Yung mga nag-attend ngayon, mga bago-bago lang. Kasi ang dami na ngayon, ang dami ng ano. Pero kasi yung mga bago, hindi pa nila alam yung patakaran. Kaya masipag pa sila. Pero tayo kasi meron tayong karanasan dyan. Oo nga eh. Pati dikit, nababawas na. Revenue nababawas, dikit nababawas. Yung views nga, yung view, nagbabawas na rin ng view eh. Dati ang dami sa akin, puro green eh. Ngayon, nagiging dugo, nagiging red. Tapos naging down yung araw. Pero dati naging puro green lahat yan eh. So, bawas WH, bawas views, bawas bananas, bawas revenue, lahat bawas. Kaya nakakatamad. Tignan mo, ang dami ng mga ka, mga kasabayan ko na nagwa-YT noon. Bihiran lang yung nakikita ko eh. Mga iba wala na. Oo nga. Ang dami kong kasabayan noon, no? Nasa listahan ko pa yung iba. Ngayon wala na, wala ka nang nakikita yung mga dimple, mga Ana songs. Wala na mga ito. Dati ang dami oh. Dati pag nag-iilis ako noon, alam niyo kung ilan? Naka 60, 70 na tao isang ilis. 70 ang dami noon. Isang ilis lang 'yon. Ngayon wala na. Saka ang dami ng bawal daw. Ayun kung totoong bawal yung mga yun. Bawal maglapag ng link. Bawal dumikit. Anong mga bawal na raw? Ang dami na raw. Wala na, ang dami nang wala. Pero ako kasi mini-maintain ko lang yung channel ko eh, para at least hindi ma-close. Alam ko po yun noon di pa po kayo puni. Marami po kayong tao, isa ako sa... Oo nga eh, ang dami noon. Ngayon wala na. 5 na lang. Yung mga 5 na yan, dalawa kayo. Yun. Tapos ang dami na kasi yung mga ko ngayon kasi nakikita na ata yung kwan eh, yung alam, Rizal, alam mo yung kwan, mga GC, nasisilip na ata. Pag alam niyo GC mo, nasisilip ng YT, ayun, hindi binabawasan. Kaya nakakatamad, pati mag-GC na, nakakatamad na rin eh, yung makikuha ka sa group, yung group chat, tapos pay to play, ano, gano'n. Wala, nasisilip na ng YT. O, kukunti lang nag-i-release eh. Tignan mo dyan, yung nakapula lang, ilan? 5 lang, 6, 7. Kukunti pang tao, 2 lang, 3 lang, gano'n. Pero okay na rin. Parang libangan na lang pagka walang magawa. Saka yung pag-i-edit ng video, minsan pinagpupuyatan mo. Mag-iisip ko kung ano yung mga content na ilalagay mo. Nakakatamad. Gusto nga pumuntahan lang sa mall eh. Doon ako, i-video ko lang yung mga paninda sa mall. Mag-live nga lang doon. Wala ka lang edit, live ka lang. Mas maganda pa yun. Kasi kung mag-video ka tapos i-edit mo, maglagay ka ng, magdadabing ka. Oo, kung magbibiyaya ko, nagbibiyaya ka dyan sa kalsada, i-video mo lang yung view. Tama na. May content yung video mo. Nung malay mo, makasagip ka ng mag-viral. Di ba? Lahat na alam eh. Kahit na padaan-daan ka lang doon yung camera mo, may nasagip na pangyayari. Magba-viral. Dapat bili ka ng ano eh. Bili ka ng sasakyan mo, mo yung dashboard camera, dashboard cam. Lagyan mo yung sasakyan mo. Habang tumatakbo ka, di ba? Naka-camera yung dinadaanan mo kung may masagip siyang maganda, viral. Marami kaya sa Japan na nag-vlog eh. Diyan si Ayumi, di ba? Kaya si Ayumi Journey, di ba? Sila Mano, ano pa no? Marami kayo diyan eh, kilala ko eh, nung mga kasabayan ko diyan, Japan. Si Ayumi hindi ko nakitang nag-ano eh, nag-i-enlist. Dati nag-i-enlist yun eh. Hindi na rin ata. Sino pang hindi nag... Marami na. Mga iba, tinatamad na rin, hindi na rin sila nag-i-enlist. Bira. Sige, sige, ingat ka dyan sa Japan, Maricel. Sige lang, thank you, ingat, ingat. I-kung ko na rin to, silent LS ko na rin. Sige, salamat, salamat, bye. Madam Weng, nandiyan ka? Weng Marian. Si Madam Weng ba yan? Si ata, hindi. Weng. Si Madam Weng na yan. Ba't nawala? One hour lang tayo, guys. 1 hour lang tayo, okay? Ba't hindi ka nakamoderator? Basa mo tayo ng news, guys. Duterte keeps Metro Manila under GCQ for entire October. I offered to resign because of endless corruption, says Duterte. President warns Facebook, you cannot lay down a policy for my government. Duterte will ask Congress to abolish PhilHealth. Wow. Bakit kaya? Proliferation of more sectors, business, press hit. New Vatican ambassador to Philippines name. Totoo ba to? Basahin mo natin to, guys. Live. Magbasa tayo ng dyaryo. Duterte will ask Congress to abolish PhilHealth. He was referring to Philippine Health Corporation, which continues to be hounded by allegations of corruption. Privatizing it would not be possible, he said, because the government had no money. The insurance capitalists will say so. We're going to pay, but we don't have funds, he said, speaking Filipino. In the meantime, Duterte said he would want to revamp PhilHealth first. But I will try to begin tomorrow seeking the tree at PhilHealth. I plan to reorganize it and impose upon them a single line of authority. These people will no longer do. They're already entrenched. Nothing will happen. Either I'm going to revamp it or consider everybody resign. Previously, the president approved it. Sources, Inquirer.net, okay? Previously, the president approved a task force recommendation to file case against PhilHealth officials, including this former chief, Ricardo Morales. The charges will be graft, malversation, and illegal use of public funds, gross misconduct, and gross neglect, among others. Among the alleged irregularities inside PhilHealth are the release of funds to hospitals under its interim reimbursement mechanism and its supposedly overpriced information technology project. Gulo. Dagzilla Squad, shout out host, shout out sa'yo. Dagzilla, thumbs up for the host, yes, salamat. Dagzilla Squad. Salamat po. Salamat sa lahat. Isang oras lang po tayo, okay? Isang oras lang. At tinatamad ng mag-ilis si host. Some of the questions raised. What good did Marcos do? Some of the questions raised in last week's historical revisionism conference in different variations and at different times may be classified as questions about the other side. What was Ferdinand Marcos like, to quote a young nursing student, minus the greediness and minus the cruelty? How should we treat those of our grandparents' generation who lived in the Marcos era and remember it? Possibly was martial law really bad because it abused human rights, or it was just the people who were at fault because they lacked discipline? Other participants asked, what, in other words, were the good things that Ferdinand Marcos did in office? Much of the balik kasaysayan and conference hosted by the Asian Center for Journalism and the Ateneo de Manila and the Consortium on Democracy and Disinformation was spent on conforming on countering the historical denialism project of the Marcos family and its allies. The 10 session over 5 days had a total running time of almost 16 hours, all of it recorded, and the conference drew considerable interest with the help of Tanggol Kasaysayan, Bulatlat, and Bigayton. Over 3,400 registrants, over 2,200 in actual attendance, over 1,300 staying at the entirety of the session they registered for. Ma'am Miriam, shout out my friend. Kumusta ka na? Ito mabuti naman po. Mabuti naman. Enquirer.net. I offered to resign because of endless corruption, says Duterte. Oh, what? Manila, Philippines. I offered to resign as president. President Duterte said in an televised speech Monday night. I had everyone in the cabinet summoned. I said I was getting fed up. In my years in government, there had been no end to this. There's really no end to this corruption. It's really hard to stop it. He went on speaking partly in Filipino. Up to now, it's being committed every day. Can you stop it? You cannot. There's no way, I'm telling you. Duterte said, however, that he would be willing to appear before Congress to discuss how they could fight corruption. You should allow me to talk first, then discuss how we can cut corruption, he said. Also before Congress, he would be willing to discuss how to improve the ease of doing business law. Yun. What I told Congress was we should limit the processing of papers to 3 days. That's enough, I'm sure, Duterte said. Otherwise, you guys are not doing your work. 3 days? If you really put your heart into into it and work hard, you can finish the job. Let's say even 1 week. He added that he had identified one office where papers had been installed for as long as 2 years. I will name the office probably towards the end of the year, he said. I will name you in public and put you to shame. That I am suspecting that you are waiting for some remuneration that is not due yet. Salamat guys sa 5 viewers at sa 7 thumbs up.
Rich.
Metro Manila will stay under general community quarantine, a less restrictive measure from October 1st to 31st. Other areas that will be under GCQ during the same period are Batangas, Tacloban, Bacolod City, Ilagan City, and Del Sur, including Marawi City, will remain under enhanced community quarantine, a stricter measure. The rest of the Philippines, meanwhile, will be under modified general community quarantine, the most lenient measure. The country has so far recorded 307,288 COVID-19 cases with 5,200 deaths and 2,052,665 recoveries. Hindi. Farmers cry for help as palay prices drop. Cabanatuan City left with no choice. Donny Roberto, a farmer in Barangay Bitas here, has to sell his rice harvest at 15.50 a kilogram, just a little above production cost. There's a profit, but it's not much. Could the inquirer. Roberto said farmers like him would usually need to sell their harvest of palay for at least 17 a kilo recover labor cost. Senate President Pro Tempore Rapito on Monday called on the Department of Agriculture to investigate the alarming drop in the buying price of locally grown rice, which has reportedly plummeted to as low as 12 a kilo, making the staple cheaper than a COVID-19 mask. Rice tariffication law, I'm urging Department of Agriculture to look into it. Proposed to financial assistance to rice farmers, Rito told the Inquirer in a Viber message. He said the department should check if plunging farm gate price of palay was really an adverse effect of the rice tariffication law, which opened the country to import rice from Vietnam and Thailand, where rice production is usually cheaper due to government subsidies and mechanization. It should also clear postponing price tariffication if it was really causing the dip in the buying price of rice. Ricto said the DA should review if this was accurate because this may not be what is happening. If this remains unchecked, the rice farmers may just become plantito and plantita if they see that selling ornamental plants is more profitable, the senator said, referring to people who have turned to growing and selling herbs, succulents, and other houseplants during pandemic. Ito, rice exporting countries have adopted the policy of price nationalism, which they are limiting, if not banning, the export of rice as a buffer during. Salamat guys. Duterte tells Facebook, why keep operating in Philippines if you can't help us? While the Philippines, President Rodrigo Duterte is questioning the continuous operation of Facebook in the Philippines after the social media company took down several advocacy pages of the government, including those set up by the military and police. What would be the point of allowing you to continue if you cannot help us? Duterte said in a pre-recorded address aired Monday night. It's so convoluted, I cannot understand, but put in this way, tell me why, tell me why can't I use Facebook for the benefit of the people? If government cannot use it for the good of the people, then we have to talk. We have to talk sense. Last September 23, the Facebook head of security policy, Nathaniel Lecher, announced that social media platform had taken down two networks for coordinated inauthentic behavior or using a myriad of fake account to operate. One of the networks was traced to the Philippine National Police and the Armed Forces of the Philippines. In reaction, Duterte said that it seems that Facebook believed accusations from leftists critical of this administration. Even the advocacy of government was removed. So what's the purpose of you being here? Facebook, listen to me. We allow you to operate here, hoping that you could help us also. Now, if government cannot espouse or advocate something which is for the good of the people, then what is your purpose here in my country? And then you're encouraging the left, then you believe in the left, he added. According to Glacier, the pages that were taken down contained posts critical to the opposition activities and the ideals of communism, but the content of the posts were not the basis for taking down the account, he said. They were taken down because the posts seemed to be aimed at deceiving Facebook users into thinking that the account belonged to actual individuals. Guys, meron pa tayong 7 minutes, okay? Then we're off air, okay? 7 more minutes, off air na tayo. Salamat sa mga nagpunta. 10.6 billion funding gap, government must increase allocation. Arizona say buy too expensive solar panels if you own a home. Back to school tips. Delegates make themselves to home in bubble. Walang mabasa ng deryo. We don't want government to fail because it's all of us who will suffer and die, Rodrigo. Contrary to administration supporters' mindset, the opposition group are out to undermine and destroy the government, Vice President Lini Robredo clarified that they don't want such a scenario because it would gravely affect Filipinos. In another public address about the government's COVID-19 response, on Monday, Robredo explained that what she and her office really want was to extend a helping hand to the administration by providing inputs for improvement. Robredo has made several suggestions as the countries grapple with the health crisis, but her ideas were misunderstood as nitpicking on the government, with President Duterte himself implying that the Vice President is hell-bent on pointing out the flaws in whatever they do. Itindiin ko, gusto lang naming tumulong, ayaw naming mabigo ang gobyerno dahil kapag nabigo ang gobyerno, tayong mga Pilipino ang magdurusa, tayong mga Pilipino ang magkasakit at mamatay, she explained in her pre-recorded address that was streamed in her Facebook account. Let me emphasize this, we just want to help, we don't want the government to fail. Malaki ang problema kaya dapat lahat tayo ay pwedeng iambag, hindi ito panahon para ipagdiinan ang hidwaan ng administrasyon o operasyon. Sa panahon ito, ang mahalaga, Pilipino tayong lahat. The problem Robredo did not mention it, but President Duterte highlighted during his last public address on September 21st that people should at least to the Dilawan, a term coined for the Philippine Independence Bureau particular. In a recent radio interview, Robredo said lamented that Duterte as president could have been more unifying rather than widening cracks between political parties. In the same address, Robredo also clarified that she believes that the government wants to solve the pandemic. Gigi's life in USA. Hi po. Hi Gigi, kumusta na? Hindi kita nabigyan ng harang. Ay, ng harang ng moderator. Gigi, Gigi, anong kan mo? Ano yung messenger mo? May titik sa sa'yo. Anong messenger mo? Paki-add mo ako sa messenger mo, please. Ito, i-add mo ako ah. Tapos i-text mo ako. Kaya tamad na ako mag-ilis pero nag-ilis pa rin ako. Meron pa tayong 3 minutes guys. Then mag-offer na tayo. Wala na akong magawa eh. Kaya tamad.
Bring
DA. DA. Two side point. Paki-add mo ako sa messenger mo, G. Beckley. Hard trade. Maganda ito below. Plus deals. Add to cart. Open our apps to get more discount. Guys, salamat sa inyong lahat. Okay, salamat. Salamat. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Thank you sa pito. Salamat po. Paki-add mo ako sa Messenger, please. Tapos i-message mo ako. Salamat. Patayin ko na. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.